All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, the economic hardship in Nigeria continues to bite harder, and it has been like this from the very beginning of this administration. The future is bleak, inauspicious, and that is not according to me alone. Many experts have predicted that on this current path, the situation can only get worse. Call them naysayers or pessimists if you may, but remember that respected economists like Paul Agbaje and Kalu Aja warned against the floating of the naira, stating that the naira would exchange for over 1,000 to $1 if we floated our currency carelessly. The government called them all sorts of names, went ahead and floated the naira. Today, the naira is exchanging at over 1,500 naira to $1, and the government has blamed everyone else but themselves. But in all these, the worst losers is the fraction of the populace that was delusional enough to think that anything good could come out of this regime. The APC supporters. They are battling with insecurity, economic hardship, and the ignominy, the shame that comes with being known APC supporter. And few hours ago, APC supporters, first of all, gathered to curse TINUBU and AKPABIO for asking for prayers. Then they gathered again to complain about the situation of the country. Everyone began pulling out their negative experiences under TINUBU from left, right, and center, to the point that a man called Diotumba, one of TINUBU's biggest supporters, began encouraging them to speak out, that they shouldn't keep quiet because they supported TINUBU. And I believe that TINUBU's biggest supporters pre-election will be the ones to lead the protest that will shut this country down. Before I show you how they gathered to complain, cursing AKPABIO and TINUBU, let me quickly show you this video. This one is coming from northern Nigeria. The video is funny and touching at the same time. An old woman sitting on the bare ground crying that TINUBU has finished her with poverty. I'll tell you all she said, but first, let's watch this very short but thought-provoking clip.
Zaba mana shi aka yi mu ma. Taliya nawa ne farashin taliyan yanzu? Eh? Nawa ne taliyan yanzu?
Taliya wallahi ba na sayar da lera shekara ka dubu.
Dubu. La ilaha illa. Eh?
You saw that. Pathetic indeed. She began by asking the young men filming her why and how they allowed TINUBU and co get into office. Weren't they aware that they were bad? Then the guy answered her. He said they didn't vote him, that he was given the office in Abuja. Then she began raining curses on those in Abuja who put TINUBU in office. She said she is having the roughest time of her life. And the guy asked her how much is spaghetti. Perhaps spaghetti is her favorite food. She said a sachet of spaghetti is down 1,000 naira. And she cried on even harder. Now, many Nigerians cannot come out like this, but believe me, this is the situation of most Nigerians today. Let's not forget that the current situation of this country is far worse than what it was when Nigeria was named the poverty capital of the world. We were called the poverty capital of the world under Buhari. Then fuel was selling for 195 naira. Every single commodity in this country today was half or less than half the price it is now when they called Nigeria the poverty capital of the world. So imagine what they would call Nigeria today. Maybe the poverty symbol of the world, the poverty SI unit, the SI unit of poverty. So length is measured in meters, weight is measured in grams and kilograms, time in seconds, and poverty is measured in Nigerias. Oh! Now, let us look at the angry reactions of known APC supporters today. First of all, they gathered to curse AKPABIO for asking Nigerians to pray for TINUBU. Then they gathered again to complain about the failure of government. Look at how the papers reported it. Pray for Tinubu's administration, AKPABIO tells Nigerians. Godswill Akpabio has called on Nigerians to rally around Bola Tinubu for the success of his administration. Tinubu was sworn in on last year's May, but since his government stoppage of fuel subsidy on petroleum, the cost of living has hit the rooftops, putting enormous pressure on the populace. But during the flag-off of the Kugbo bus terminal in Abuja, Senator Akpabio said with the support of the citizens, the Tinubu government will succeed. I have no doubt that by the time Tinubu is through with his tenure in the country, 7 years from today, many people will not recognize FCT. They will not recognize Nigeria again, Akpabio said on Tuesday. So all I can say is, let us continue to pray for him and be hopeful that the challenges you see today, tomorrow, you will see them no more. According to him, the flag-off of the project signals the government's commitment to the welfare of the residents of the FCT. This is for me another major wonder of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. This is a way to cater to a city of this nature. This is a way to cater to the people of the area councils, the FCT residents and visitors alike, the lawmaker said. He also hailed Tinubu for picking Nyesom Wike as the minister of the FCT. So I believe that you are a square peg in a square hole, and I must thank Tinubu for having the eyes to pinpoint those who can perform and bringing them. Akpabio told the gathering, describing the project as a hub that will help traffic decongestion and tackle insecurity, among others. You heard that. Now, first of all, Tinubu doesn't have 7 years left in office. He actually has less than 3 years for his first and last tenure to elapse. Then, on Akpabio asking Nigerians to pray for Tinubu, some popular Tinubu supporters gathered in the comment section of that update, and these were some of their reactions. Let's take them. Abdul Karim here is a popular Tinubu supporter. You know, he carried the Muslim ticket thing on his head during the campaign, insulting everybody. And here he says, no prayer can work until and unless you change the status quo of siphoning taxpayers' funds and bringing a good governance where the system favors all. Senator Akpabio. Oh, now you know. Then we have Omololu Adepegba here. This one, everything to him was ethnicity. And here he's saying, as for me, I can't pray for a liar that is deceiving us that he removed oil subsidy, pay us our arrears. Well, I don't think he lied to you. I think you knew from the onset, but you were just blinded by tribalism. Kehinde Adefulu, he said you should be ashamed for this request. Have you prayed for him, or you are concerned with the money you will loot using religion to perpetrate evil? And Olaoye Olatunde here says, pray for Tinubu administration for more power to be stealing more money, and prayer warriors should continue in hardship and suffering, starvation. Poor people pray for their looters. Oh, you are wise now. And Olusegun Ojo here says, honestly, this is nothing other than see finish syndrome. Kindly send prayer points so as to enable us begin marathon fasting and prayer immediately. Useless Senate president, but you supported them at the beginning. And just after having fun with the tears of Tinubu supporters in that comment section, Obedience ran into another very serious complaint section of APC supporters, and we were shocked at the names we saw. I'll share just a part of the exchange in that section in this video. Maybe I'll bring you the rest in another video. This particular one actually featured Diotumba, Mamati 001, and Jegede Jumoke. If, like me, you are vocal against Tinubu supporters in real life and on all social media platforms, these three names won't be strange to you. So, Obedience were shocked when they saw them complaining bitterly, and people began taking screenshots and they flooded the internet with their complaints. Check this out. Now, it was at the General Noni, another strong Tinubu supporter, who tweeted complaining about the state of the nation, that Tinubu had failed totally in the area of the economy. Then Mama T 001, a very strong Tinubu supporter, came and replied to that tweet. She said, "Boss, I don't know when last I cooked soup. Oh. It has not been easy, but we have the hope that the reformation will bring us the next level." Then, to the shock of everyone, the Otumba GCFRN, this guy is, I can call him the strongest supporter of Tinubu. He came and replied. He said, "Why are you guys not speaking up? Forget all those clowns in other division. A support for Tinubu is not to keep quiet if he is failing or more." Then he put a very sad emoji. And Jegede Jumoke, who has been making mouth, "This administration will favor me and my family," she also came and said, "The last market I went to before Ilea, a bucket of tomatoes was 18,000 naira. That is it. The consequences of bad leadership touching everybody. How much is the money they are paid to defend government online? Peanuts. The Otumba that I know doesn't live in Nigeria. Everything is about race for him. People like Mamati that get little tips here and there from some local APC chieftains are joining people like Otumba to support government. How far can those tips go in this terrible economy? The knowledge and the acknowledgement of the failure of Tinubu has covered Nigeria as the waters cover the sea. For these guys to have voiced out, they must be having it really bad. And so are most Nigerians. I remember the last war of words I had with this lady, Mamati 001, before we blocked each other last year. You know, she had a lot of hope. She was full of hope for this administration. Today, her hopes have all been deflated. Her expectations have been cut off, meaning she's not righteous. And so will the expectation of those thinking that Tinubu can turn things around. If Nigerians want to live in a better country, then they better cast their sentiments aside, come together and kick the APC out of power. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here, so don't go away.